So there you have it, the 6 trigonometric functions. If they give you sine in a certain quadrant, first thing you do is mark your x's and y's and r's, solve using the Pythagorean theorem, and then, little added bonus here, you got to make sure if it's positive or negative. Remember, when we solve for r is always positive, so we didn't have to worry, but on some of these you will. So let's do a couple of harder problems. 28 minutes has elapsed, so I'm going to probably spend another 14 minutes if possible with you guys. Okay? Let's do this one, 51. It says the secant of the angle is equal to 13 over 5, and the sine of the angle is less than 0. Sine of the angle is less than 0. That means it's in, what quadrant is that in? 3, 4. So what do we do next? First thing we do the same thing over and over and over again. Secant is going to be, I remember the cosine is going to be x over r, so it's going to be r, and it has to be x right there. And then I use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out what my y value is, because that's what I'm missing. So x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. X squared, 25 plus y squared, I don't know what that is equal to 13 squared. 13 squared is 169 minus 25 is going to be 144. Y is equal to plus or minus 5, guys. Okay? Don't forget the plus or minus. Sine of that angle is less than 0, which means we get rid of the positive portion. That's equal to y value. That's why I said this is really going to be helpful. The angle, sine of that angle, the ratio is going to be less than 0, means it's negative. Okay, guys? It's a negative value. And then we have to find all the rest of the 6 trigonometric functions. So let's start with the sine of the angle. It's going to be y over r. Y is negative 5 over the radius is 13. Cosine of the angle is the reciprocal of this, 5 over 13. You could have actually done, the cosine is x over r. That's my x, that's my r. Oh, same answer, okay? 5 over 13. Tangent of the angle is y over x. What's my y value? It's negative 5. Over my x value. Where's my x value? There's 5. No, that's not my x value. That's not. Whoops, that's not right. 144. Oh, yuck. 12, negative 12. Sorry. The sine is negative 12 here. 12 over 13. Cosine is 5 over 13. That seems to be fair. I know my functions very well. Usually, if I make a mistake, I can kind of see where I made my mistake and then go on, because it can't be equal to each other. Tangent is y over x, negative 12 over negative 12 over my x. Where's my x? There it is, right there, 5. Okay, so write your functions down. If you get 2 answers that are the same, obviously it's not going to be right. Notice something. 5, 12, 13. The Pythagorean triple 5, 12, 13 and the multiples of 5, 12, 13 is also extremely ubiquitous, meaning everywhere. 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. If I put it multiplied by 2, I should get 10, 24, and 26 as well. So multiple of that would be, example would be 10, 24, 26. Okay? Let me bring it down just a little bit. Bring it up, excuse me, not down. We did 51. Let's do some of the harder ones. 57. Let's do 59. The tangent of an angle is equal to a over b. Here's the ratio. And where a and b are both positive. So a is greater than 0, b is greater than 0. That means they're both positive. Again, we do the same thing. Tangent is y over x. I'm going to label that's equal to my y value, that's equal to my x value. X squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. R squared is equal to, I plug it in, x squared is b squared plus a squared. That's x squared, that's y squared. So r is equal to the square root of a squared plus b squared. I just reversed it. You can reverse, you don't have to reverse it. I like to put my a's before my b's. So that's nice, pretty blue color. So let's get started. What are we looking for? It says indicate find the remaining trigonometric functions. Ooh, yeah. So we're gonna have to find all the rest of the remaining 6 trigonometric functions. A lot of work here. Take it one at a time. So we have this one. What's the reciprocal of the tangent? It's the cotangent of the angle. We flip it, x over y or b over a. That was easy. Let's do the sine of the angle. It's y over r. What's my y value? A over r square root of a squared plus b squared. What's the reciprocal of the sine? Is the cosecant of the angle, which is r over y, right? So square root of a squared plus b squared over a. What's the cosine of the angle? It's going to be x over r, and x value was right there, b divided by r, which is square root of a squared plus b squared. And you can find the secant of that angle, blah blah blah. I'm going to keep this right here. I'm not going to rationalize the denominator on this one, okay? This is the way a lot of books like to keep it. Keep the radical in the denominator. And that should be enough for you to do most of these question problems. Start with one, progress, and you'll get better and stronger. Good luck with your homework. Study hard. This should take you about an hour and a quarter to about an hour and a half. Okay, so make sure you spend your time working through all of these problems. Thanks, guys.